Good morning and welcome to Wednesday Wellness. I am so happy to be with you guys, and I want to say thank you so much for joining me here at Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. As you know, it's always Wednesday Wellness on Wednesday. Our workshop is that is to help you get well, stay well, and be well. So as we are coming together, I want to tell you a little bit about our work it out, work on it, work at it workshop. It's all about you, and anyone can join that. You can simply call in 1-888-721-9260. We're here for you. The shape of you. We've heard that in a title. We've heard of it all across our languages. But what does it really mean? What is the thought that comes to your mind? And ladies and gentlemen, we are live, so don't forget to call in 1-888-721-9260. We're here for you. So getting in shape. What do you do for your body? And we're going to talk to anyone who's listening and not a particular somebody. We're going to talk to everybody. Do we practice self compassion, respect? Are we enjoying the fact that our bodies need to rest? Nourishing it can be helpful, and celebrating all the things that it can do. You know, we are a people that are constantly working to better our bodies. And we do that by getting in shape, going to the gym, making our beautiful bodies into what we want them to be. We're constantly doing that. And that's okay. But now we're going to talk about the mind setting. Being able to look at ourselves and appreciate the naturalness of our bodies and how it operates, how it functions. We know we have it, but do we focus on being thankful for what it does for you? Dressing in our bodies, being able to be comfortable, and getting into joy with our bodies. Because a lot of times things are on physical appearance. A man looks at a woman and is attracted to her, while the woman does the same thing. She looks at a man, she looks at the way he's built. But we are talking about shaping up within our power of the mind. And of course, we all want to look good. We all want to be that beauty that's in the eye of the beholder. But somehow, some way, we forget to discuss what's going on with us emotionally and mentally. And I don't want people to feel like that's something to be ashamed of, because we're all fighting something, but we need to bring attention to what is the shape of our mind. What is the shape of our mentality? And we're going there today. Now remember, this is not a podcast to tell you exactly what to do. But when we are finished with today's podcast, we're hoping that it promotes wellness for you by you discovering something about yourself. How do we do it? Remember how I said about mindfully thinking about what shape you're in emotionally and mentally? We're going to talk about gratitude. Are we thankful for what we're able to do with our bodies? And don't forget, this is an interactive conversation before, during, and after the show. Also, our email address for those of you who want to write, Vibetalkfacingthelion podcast at gmail.com. And we will not address anybody that's sending emails of fraudulent, as in send money, things like that. We're not going to address those, so if you send them, that will be your choice. But that website, or email address is strictly for people that are listening to the show and want to answer back or want to discuss something. Please use it at your discretion. When do we challenge the negative thinking? And do we have negative thoughts about our own body? And are we practicing self-compassion? Being kinder to your shaped body and mind. We are always comparing ourselves to what someone else looks like versus what we look like. We are in a constant battle with ourselves. Some of us. Stop comparing yourself. Especially when you compare yourself with what you see. Be well with yourself. Your natural self, embracing you. It allows you to be able to appreciate that we're all different. Even as children, here's what happens to us. As little tiny kids, we're talking about 4 to 5 years old, we start to notice diversity. And how do I mean that? One person might have blonde hair versus one person having black hair. One person might have braids versus another person wearing straight with no braids. We are children at that point, and we are okay. We become curious as to difference. Notice I said curious and not prejudging, which is prejudiced. So as little kids, we start to inquire why something is different. But then if you watch those little tiny babies, they embrace the change. It's a beautiful thing. Can we be more like that? Now, when we think about what we put into our bodies, and I'm being more mindful of that. I actually went out and I got this thermos that tells me how much water to drink. And I've been really doing good except for the last couple of days because I've been running around. But I'm back on the water thing because the body needs water. The body is made up of a lot of water. And we have to put that back into our bodies because when you think about your busy schedules, when you think about running around, when you think about doing all the time, you must put back into your body what has been lost. Some of us move around joyfully. If you're not uh, able to join the gym, you have people who dance and are really dancers as a hobby or career. And I think that's so cool. How about walking so that you feel good? Not just to lose weight, but just doing it because you enjoy it. And my hat's off to all of you who hike anywhere. I love that. Now, foods. How many of us love to eat? That's all of us. You know, I don't like to cook, but I know how to cook. But I do enjoy eating various foods, some more than others. How are we doing with that? What are we fueling our bodies with? And when we do fuel our bodies with the nourishment in the food area, do we feel good? Inside and out. Sometimes for me, rest is a sacred word because I want to get things done. I want to be on the move. But you know what? I realize just as I need to be doing things and getting things done, my body and mind needs rest. Can you imagine having a car, never turning that car off, never letting it rest? What eventually would happen to your car? I want you to think about that. Where are we when it comes to the shape that we're in? Because in a physical sense, we have shapes, sizes. We, as men and women, we vary in strengths and capability. But I ask you this day, on this Wednesday Wellness, what shape are you in? You know, when I think about clothing, I love clothing. Can I just tell you how much I love clothing? It is amazing how much we all love to dress. We dress differently. Cultures dress differently. Some of the most beautiful clothes I've seen. But are you comfortable? See, my comfortability is beautiful clothes. And when I say beautiful, not fancy, but something that says me. I like comfort. How are we doing with that? Do we feel good in what we dress in? Because that's important. What do we need to do to shape us up into wellness as far as our mental and emotional shaping of us. We need to think about our life. What are we shaping into? The media set standards. Come a little closer. The media sets standards as to what we should look like, what we should do in cultural society. Are they setting your standards? Excuse me. Of how you look, how you should appear? Are you letting the media, social media, set standards for you? And if you are, ask yourself, ask your mind, are you okay with that? Someone else setting the standard for you. We must recognize boundaries. Boundaries are so important. That is, if you want to protect your well-being, both physically and mentally. What do we do? What are we doing with our time? How do we spend our time? Time is so precious, and it is actually a gift. The time we're spending. How do you spend your time? Do you appreciate your body being in a situation where you are literally comfortable, accepting, feeling joy, feeling satisfied? In other words, do you have support? People that surround you that respect your body? And first and foremost, how are you doing in your body? Appreciation is so important because our body is able to do so much. We're able to walk, run, talk, lie down, sit up, stand up, use our mental faculty, use our body parts in such a way that can grace us. That is if you want to. Because we are so focused in today's society about what we look like. And it's important, but it is not the main thing. Appearance, that is. We all want to look nice, and we all should look nice if we are presenting ourselves to the world that we live in. Because what you look like will matter when you go on a job, when you go to a party, you want to dress for any occasion or speak for any occasion. But now, your body is amazing. We treat it with care. You know that me time? How many of you still need me time? And why do you say me time? You do that for various reasons. So do you think about why you need me time? You see how this is mind setting and thinking about your wellness? When we look at our bodies, we think about our bodies as a temple. How many of you have heard that? Your body is a temple and therefore should be treated as such. It deserves care and respect. How do we express ourselves when it comes to our appearance? Are we dressing for the people, or are we dressing for ourselves? Being our true selves when we are expressing ourselves. Remember that thing that I said about not letting the media or social media set the standard for you? Your mind is able to think for itself. And even if you were in an injury, your mind has movement unless you are brain dead. And those who are listening and can hear me, I don't think you are brain dead. You know, there's a saying that says, be yourself because everyone else is taken. Or being yourself is being the unique you that you can be. Your authentic self is what you can be. You know, people are busy making love to the body. But now, how do we show love to the very frame that you and I are in? It's our environment, our own house body. You'll always hear me say that. And if you're listening to the podcast, you will hear me refer to our housed body, where we live. You know, many of us have different bodies. So your body, as it is sacred, or should be treated as sacred. Do you think about how you want to paint your nose, moisturize your skin, how you want to care for yourself? Some of us have dimples, while others of us are curvy. Some of us think about our bodies in a way that needs time and attention. When we take care of our bodies in way of cleaning it, do we think about showers or baths, whatever works? Do you think about which one do you like more? I'm more of a bath person, but I'll take a shower too. These are important things to think about. Now, how do you show love to your body? How do you care for that body? It's so important. Some people hate their bodies in which they're living in. And there are a lot of people that think about their bodies and may cause a lot of harm. And we want you to reach out, reach up. We are able to get you the resources if you are experiencing harmful thoughts to your own body. We want to be open about that. We want you to get into wellness, and that's not the easiest to do, especially if you've hated your body for a long time. But we want you to show your body kindness, compassion, calming. We want you to find something that you like about your bodies. When we think about kindness, do you have a favorite moisturizer that you use? Get that moisturizer if you like it, and be able to feel that moisturizer and smell what it smells like so that you can pamper yourself. Getting to know your body helps you to be able to nurture your body. Speaking kindly about yourself, such as, I am more than my body. My body is beautiful because it's mine. I choose to love and care for it every day. Say those things out loud to yourself or quietly to yourself. How about this one? I'm not perfect, but my body is perfectly me. I love myself no matter what size or shape I'm in. So important. How do we move about? I'm going to tell you how I move about. I'm in a lot of pain physically. As you progress in age, some of us move a little bit slower. I'm having arthritis, but I'm learning that my body is me and that it belongs to me. If I'm not feeling good and I'm in pain, I have a choice to deal with that pain and to be able to treat that pain so that I can move about more successfully. We want to think about our body not as a punishment, but rather as a gift. What can it do? Some people are thinking always losing weight, losing weight, losing weight. Are you doing that for you? Or you're doing it because someone says you need to? Because change is okay as well. But are you changing it for someone other than you? We think about kindness. Kindness is a connection to you. When you are connecting with the mind's kindness toward your body, it lifts your mind and your soul, which is you. Sometimes we dismantle ourselves instead of shaping ourselves. And we do this because we're not satisfied. We don't feel joyful in our bodies. But if you work out mindfully what is good for you, you will find more joy. Movement is so important. We talked about things such as how we dress. Do we feel good? How we look is important. And that is modestly, not overdone, not overrated, because we want to take care, take a moment. You know, when we need that hairstyle, that's okay, because that's going to make you happy. But how about when you need a haircut? Does someone have to say to you, you need a haircut? Or do you dress and groom yourself to make you a better version of you? No one has to tell us when to eat, right? How many times when we're hungry, even if we're in the middle of work, do we say, I'm hungry? And after a while, if you don't pay attention to that hunger, your body starts to tell you it needs fuel. The same as no one telling you that you need to eat is the same message for you to take care of your body. Sometimes we think about, again, the word love. But are we feeding our bodies with that? Are we feeding our bodies with the things we love to do that is good for our bodies? Because we can do things that may not be good for our bodies. You be the judge of that. Are you doing things that make you feel like you love your body and the environment that it's in? Think about getting better, feeling better, being well, getting well, and staying well. You know, seeing your eyes. Remember that thing that I said about seeing different? We all see different. But here it is. Do we see in the lens of love? Are your eyes seeing with the lens of love? You. Being able to embrace that you live in your body. Do we find joy in the mindset of our bodies? Such as hearing birds sing, or really appreciating that first cup of coffee or tea. And if that isn't enough, how does it feel when you take your body and you feel the warm sunshine on your face? Life can be very challenging, but I want you to feel good in your house body. I want you to think about how you can be purposeful, how you can be kinder, and take a little time to be able to pamper the body that you live in. When you think about movement, do you realize that your movement doesn't always have to be something related to weight loss, but you're moving because you can and you will? Because when I think about the people that haven't moved, and we're going to dig deep in this because there are people around us that are not able to move as freely. We are talking about those who are comatose, those who are in breathing machines. I can almost guarantee you that they'd rather be moving than being in the shape that they're in. No fault to them, accidents, injuries, things happen in life. What are we finding joy in? Can we find time to love ourselves as we are shaping up, working on, working at a better mindset? Can we find time to do that? Wednesday Wellness has been always about your well being. I'm not going to tell you what to do. It gives you food for thought. How about that? Food for the mind, not just for the body, but something to think about in your well being. It is something to think about. So the choice is yours to get well, stay well, and be well. Which will you choose? Because the important choices that we choose are so very, very important. I want you guys to really, really think about it. We're going to be right back with Trisha's Treasures. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're back. And now it is time for Trisha's Treasures.
Hi guys, this is Trisha's Treasures, and it's been a while, but I'm back. What have I been up to lately? I've been up to dealing with milestones. I know that's an interesting word to some people because milestones is another word for accomplishments. Um, Reaching goals. Something that you finished. Finally got to the finish line. And for me, milestones is just another step to getting better, doing something bigger, getting stronger, that sort of thing. And for these past 2 weeks, I've been setting goals and trying my hardest to reach them. So let's get into it. The first goal I set, the first week, the first goal I set was I have to be more open, like connect more with the kids, connect more with the students, and talk more. So I was nervous, but I didn't like how the first day went. I was like, I could have did so much better than that. I know me. Like, girl, you should have did better. You should have said more. You should have did your best. My first day was not my best. I didn't like that. So I sat and I was like, I prayed. I was like, God, help me to do better. I know I can do better. I know I'm better than this. So the next day I woke up determined, motivated. I woke up And I got ready. I'm just like, okay, in my brain, my mind is playing the same song. You gotta do better. Be open. Speak up. Come on, you can do it. And so I got into the school. I say good morning to the supervised teacher, and my brain's overthinking. It's like, should I ask for help now? Should I wait until we do an activity? Should I wait until she asks me to do something? Like, what should I do? But I was like, no, just say something. Say something. Say something. Say something. And so I said, so is there anything you want me to help you with? Anything that I can do today? She's like, yes. Actually, there is something you can help me with. And that there was my milestone of speaking up. That's the first milestone I had to conquer. The second milestone I had to conquer was connecting and getting comfortable in what I'm doing. Okay, so for one, when I went in there, there's already like three students that are interested in me. They're connected to me. They like to sit next to me. They ask me to help them with something. They ask me questions like, "What college do you go to?" I'm in the class with second graders, so it's very interesting to know to see what they want to know from me. And they ask me, "What college are you going to? Or are you going to stay here longer? Or how long are you going to be here?" They ask me questions, even other questions like, "Do you like Sonic the Hedgehog?" I got new headphones. That was the past 2 weeks. They love showing me their new toys that they got. They love showing me, "Oh, I got cookies for lunch today. Hey, I got Sour Patch Kids." I'm like, okay. It's very interesting. But yeah, it's the milestone I had to do was connect with them, be comfortable, be approachable. Because I've talked about this before, anxiety in public, having social anxiety. And I'm so grateful that kids, they're just automatically open. They make it easy for you to be open to them. Sometimes they're very honest and it's like, oh, okay. Like one time I called one of the children's name the wrong name, and he's like, "No, that's not my name." And I'm like, "I am so sorry. I'm so sorry." I learned his name though. I know his name. Okay. I got a chance to connect with them on an activity that we did on, I think it was Wednesday. That was like the third day I was there. We did an activity, and they all have different perspectives, different minds, and so it just made me realize there are certain things that there are certain ways I need to talk. I got a chance to connect with them, and after the activity, I got a chance to give them a high five. After that, they just like sitting with me. After that, they love to ask me for help. I don't mind helping them. I always let them know when I come into class, if anybody needs help, I'm here. You can come to my table and I'll help you. And after I say that, it's like 10 of them come to me. There's 20 students in each class, so it's like all 10 of them come to me for help, and I'm so grateful for that. So check mark on that milestone in connecting and being comfortable and communicating with the students. The next milestone is directing and conducting an activity with the class by myself. And guys, let me tell you, I was shaking in my boots. I really was. She's like, "I have a meeting. Miss Scott, can you handle the class while I'm gone?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I can." But my mindset was like, "Oh my goodness. I didn't know the time was coming this early. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know that it was coming this early." Just like how the principals just said, yeah, you can come on next Tuesday. I didn't know it was going to be this early. But it came that early, okay? That's how milestones are. You think that it's going to happen at your time, but sometimes it happens at the right time. And very unexpected, but nevertheless, you may not think it's the right time, but it is. And that's the funny thing about life and milestones. I finally got to do a full on activity with the class. We read the true story of the big bad wolf and the three little pigs. If you know that story, you know it's from the wolf's perspective, and they were learning about character traits and point of view. So yeah, and I got to read to them, and it was so fun. I love reading. I love reading to them. They have so much personality, and they love asking questions. Some of them just want to talk about one page, but I have to tell them, like, guys, we have to get through the book. Hey, guys, if you have a question, just hold one finger and I'll point to you. Okay, so they all want to feel acknowledged. They want to be noticed. They want to be heard, which is understandable because you know why? They're human. We all want to be heard from child to adult. So I made sure to call on as much people as I could. And then we did a chart comparing the wolf's point of view, the pig's point of view, and their personal point of view. Like, who do they think is right in this situation, or who do they believe in this situation? So it was interesting. Some kids, they didn't understand that first, but it's okay to repeat it and make sure that they understand. They all need that one-on-one time to let them know that I understand that you don't understand and I'm gonna help you understand. I care about that. I want you to learn. So it was very interesting. And sometimes they would talk over me, and I'm like, I don't want to yell at them. I don't want to seem like a mean person to the babies. I really don't. But I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3. You know, what goes after 1, 2, 3? All eyes on me. Exactly. So I do that, and they just calm down. And yeah, honestly, when I was in second grade and my teacher used to say 1, 2, 3, I never thought when I hit 24, I'll be saying the same line 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me. I didn't know. And that's the thing about milestones. You never know what's coming. You never know what you would want to do because sometimes our minds change, our ambitions change, our goals change, and that's okay. And then while they're changing, we have to go through different milestones from the one that we're used to. We're like, I don't want to do that one anymore. I want to go to the next one. That right there just made me realize, like, wow, I came far. I just thank God. I really do. I thank Him so much that I came this far. I never thought I'll be here, but the unexpected happened. I hate uncertainty. I really hate that. Like, Lord knows that's my fear. If I don't know something, I'm not going to do it because I don't know it. As long as I do my research, if I don't research before I go into something, I am not going to do it. It's like a no. I'm not doing that. My family knows it. They know. They're like, let's go do this. You never tried it? No. I'm not doing that. I've never been that place. I've never done that thing. And I'm not going to do it unless I think about it, do as much research as possible on it, and then I'm going to do it. Possibly. That's me. But I'm in this course and I was like, okay, that's my usual mindset to uncertainty. But now I can't do that. I have to push myself. I have to go to my best ability with this thing because I believe I can do it. I believe that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my calling. So I have to do it. And that week, I kept making goals every day, making steps for the next day. I know it was the first week and they're getting used to me. I'm getting used to them. We're getting used to the classroom because it's the third week of school. We're still like, what is this? What's going to happen next? Each day I took a step. And that step helped me to get stronger, learn more, be wiser in what I choose to do. So, in closing, remember, milestones are important. But it doesn't mean that they won't be hard because they will. When you see that milestone, you think about, should I take it? Should I embrace it? Or should I step back? Should I hold back? Maybe next time. I'm not ready. It's okay to not be ready. But are you not going to be ready forever? While the milestone keeps coming in front of you. It's your choice. So, this is Trisha's Treasures, and see you next time. Hi, this is Trisha's Treasures. Affiliated with Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast.
So happy for you, Trish, doing your first student teaching. Let's celebrate her, and I'm sure she will appreciate it. I'm so proud of her and her growth. And there are teachers like you that the world really needs. So, in closing, you can hear Trisha's Treasures on our YouTube page, Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. And you can call in 1-888-721-9260. You can also text about today's Wednesday Wellness, The Shape of You. Our song today is by Ed Sheeran, The Shape of You. Thanks, everybody. I hope that you can be well, get well, and definitely stay